Right.
Did you see where Tamir Rice's mother came out against old girl who was at the Grammys who
Cardi B.
performed, huh?
Cardi B.
Not Cardi B. She's one of the she's a popular activist, and she did like a poem while Lil Baby performed Bigger Picture.
Mm-hmm.
But long story short, what Tamir Rice's mother was saying is you have these mainstream organizations like Black Lives Matter and these people who are now becoming celebrities in the community, in the community game, and they're making all this money. And she's like, look, we're the people who are hurting right now, and we're trying to create change in our communities. And you come here, you don't show us any love, you ain't dropping off no real resources to us, but you're taking what you can get and you're getting famous off this shit. It's like, I want to say she called her a clout chaser.
Right. I mean, and that's what I mean. And I've had this debate with people plenty of times, just about the leadership in the community, right? Historically, the leaders have been the pastors, right? Or religiously, it's not a coincidence that, the most two influential leaders in Black history, African-American history, were a Baptist preacher and a Muslim preacher, Malcolm, Martin Luther King. That's not a coincidence. We are a spiritual people, and it comes from deeper, right? Because we're Africans, right? It's deeper. We're spiritual. That's just who we are. If you go to Africa, they are very spiritual people, and so historically, those have always been our political, our social leaders. They have, but we at a certain point, it became. It wasn't just about helping the people. There was money in it. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, they became so big that these people like Al Sharpton, right? Like Jesse Jackson, these people rose up and was like, oh, I'm a preacher. I mean, we shall overcome. You know what I'm saying? That's what they did. They came in and they've gotten Al Sharpton. He has his own TV show now. Jesse Jackson, he preaches at everybody's funeral.
You got him.
That's what I'm saying. And
look, and I think these like the Shaun Kings of the world.
Yeah, the Shaun Kings. I mean, now it's influencers now. It's not preachers anymore. See, because we're not as religious. It's influencers, social media influencers. That's who it is now.
And the young lady I was talking about is Tamika Mallory, and even there are some things in Black Lives Matter that I'm not a fan of. I support I support the sentiment, not necessarily the movement, right? Because now, don't get me wrong, doing work in the community does cost money. And for the people who do it, if you dedicate your life to that, you still deserve to make a real wage, right? You deserve to make money off of what you're doing. Not that you're doing it for money, but you need to sustain your lifestyle. And hey, if you're good at it and you're going to pay me to speak somewhere, I'm not going to turn it down. But it's about, and I can't tell somebody exactly what they should be doing with their money, but when I see these people who are activists and are getting rich off activism, it bothers me just like when I see preachers getting rich off of saving souls. It's like, hold on, you're supposed to be a representative of the people. You're supposed to be our delegate, our voice, but you're getting rich. And you're becoming the enemy because you're getting access to what they have, and you're no longer here fighting for equality for your people. You are now fighting for superiority for yourself.
Right. And your family, right? I mean, it's a motivating factor. People want to make their families, they want to take care of their families. I understand, and that's kind of the issue that the Black people have always had. If you get to move up in American society and get into the white majority, right? Get accepted into the white majority. Will you leave your people? That's what you have to do. You have to leave your people. You can't bring them with you. That's the catch.
And you have to you move away to a safer neighborhood because if you stay in the hood, it's like, what you still doing here? Are you involved in this? Or you got people hating, so now you get worried about getting robbed or being in an unsafe environment. It's like I can now afford to have this nice house, this big backyard, and all of this space, but you've now taken your money out of your community. So not only are you not a source of information and wisdom for people there, or a shining example for them to see day in and day out, your tax dollars are now going to support a community that's already financially sustained and doesn't need you, but you're leaving a community that needs you. And again, it's hard to tell somebody, hey, look, you can afford to go live in the nicest neighborhood in town and go send your kids to the best school, but
don't do it.
Don't do it. You should stay here so this community can become nicer.
Right. And you know, it's the catch. It's the catch. It's the catch, about, our situation in coming to America, right? Like historically, we everybody else immigrated, right? They get to get into this white majority, right? That's what they want to do. They want to come here and be an American.
Yeah, they came to America. They wasn't shipped to America.
No, right. We were shipped here. We were brought here. We got this tag, black. That's what we are. We're black, and we're always going to be black. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We are the other. And this is just the situation that we find ourselves in. And that is why, I really do understand what you're saying as far as, economic freedom, right? Being able to establish our own, right, within the United States. And because we can. I mean, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be done overnight, but it can be done,
Absolutely. And I think it takes leaders keeping their ear to the streets, people who are comfortable working in the system, people who are comfortable working outside of the system, and those people working together in their respective fields to make it happen.